little down into your breath. So remember your breath practices from the previous session. And then starting to round your shoulders. So bring the shoulders up towards the ears and draw them back. Make the biggest circles that you can. And then go the other way. So take the shoulders right the way back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then rounding forward. So you should feel a stretch. Each time you come forward, you're going to feel a nice stretch right underneath the actual shoulder blades. And one more. And then making the movement a bit bigger. So going back the other way now, you're going to just bend the elbows. So you can either do this by bending the elbows like this, or you can put your fingers on the tops of your shoulders and make circles. Actually, this way is probably a bit better. Bring the elbows up, take them away. And really lift the elbows so that you can start to feel the side body stretching. And then one more, take them away, and then go the other way. So bring the elbows up, and then see if you can bring the tips together at the back. Take them right the way back. Big stretch up and around. Four. And 5. Let your hands rest down by your sides. Just notice how that feels. Side stretching. Inhale, bring the arms up. And then as you exhale, fingertips come down to one side and stretch the side of the body. And come up on the other side. And then twisting. So bring your hands out to the side. You're going to take opposite hand to the outside of the knee. This hand, you're going to put it on your lower back and just make a little twist here. And then inhale, bring the arms up, and then twist the other way. So you're inhaling as you're coming up to centre, and then you exhale as you go into the twist. If it feels more comfortable to have your hand behind you, so you can just hold on to the cushion or the bolster or whatever you're sitting on, or just have your fingers on the floor. I like to have my hand on the lower back, so it gives me a better twist. And then shake your hands, give them a good shake, and let it settle. Now moving your bolster out of the way. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. Seated arm opening. So as you inhale, you're going to open out the arm all the way out to the side, and then as you exhale, you're going to thread the hand through. So you can either hold your arm here, or you can have it lower. And you're going to open to your end range, and then you can round and thread it through. So if you have this arm out here, then you're working your shoulders a little bit more on the other side, and when you come through, twist as far as you can go, so you feel the muscles working in the side abdominals and also in the back. And one more time, open and open and back to centre. Inhale to open and exhale and through and open. So the advantage of doing this in this position is that you can also use your legs, you can use your inner thighs to stabilise you here. So you're getting a little bit of an extra connection there. And one more. And then back to centre. Just do the circles. Give yourself a shape. Arms come wide, big breath in, and give yourself a hug. Rock from side to side and open. Give yourself a hug. And make some circles with your elbows. Or you could do figure of eights if that feels accessible. If your shoulders are really tight, figure of eights might be a little bit tricky. So stick to doing circles or like large rectangles. And then open, and then go the other way, and go in the reverse direction. We'll do some figure of eights. And then come back to centre. And then move the bolster ashes away. So now we've got bridge. So lying down on your back. It's really good for strengthening the core muscles. So remember how you want to have your feet directly underneath your knees. As you inhale, you're going to lift and exhale and lower all the way down. So let's add the arms. We did the arms this week. So if you don't feel like doing the arms, just do the lower body. But otherwise you're going to inhale, lift the arms all the way up. So try to get to the top of the inhale when you get to the top. And then as you exhale, hips come down, hands come down at the bottom of the exhale. So that might be a little bit tricky, something to be working towards. And lower. And remember feeling that grounded connection in the feet. Let's do two more. The last one. Your knees in, and just let your knees make circles. So you're going to use your hands like you're rowing a boat, and then go the other way. Hug the knees in tight, let yourself roll. And then come up to sit. So come up to sit. And we're coming onto all fours, cat and cow. So remember how we did the circular cat and cow? So you're going to let the body drop, and then as you exhale, rounding up. So don't worry about coming up too far if that makes you cough. You just focus on the second part of the movement and the rounding the spine. So just come to neutral and then round. And then we can go side to side. So you're going to take your ribs over to one side and look in the other direction. And then over to the other side. So you inhale and inhale. So make it slow. Remember, you can add extra breaths. Exhale back to centre. If you need a pause, so you want to feel like somebody's tied a string to the middle of your ribs and they're pulling you from side to side. So when you go over to the side, you're going to feel a big stretch all the way down here. It's really good practice. So it's lengthening one side and toning the other side. And do a couple of regulars. Do a couple of regular cat-cows. You can always add a breath. And then make those circles. So it doesn't matter how you do it, any direction, circular movements. And then go around the other way. So if you want to make it a bit bigger and you want to make a little circles as you go around, you could do figure of eights here. So just let yourself feel free. And go the other way. If you want to, you can tuck your toes under and stretch out the feet. Go from side to side. So there's no particular movement pattern here. This is about you finding space. And then from here, take your knees wide and come into a child's pose. You're just going to slide the hands forwards. So remember, you can use your bolster. You can have your bolster to support you. You could bring your hands here. Have the bolster further forwards for your head. Lots of variations. And then we're coming into Sphinx pose. So this is our alternative because we didn't do the cow variation in cat and cow, so that you get some stretch in the front of the body. So you want to roll the bolster underneath. The bolster's underneath, right in the middle of your ribs. So you feel your pubic bone down on the floor. You can squeeze your buttocks, engage the glutes, and then if you want to make it a bit bigger, then you can just straighten your arms and press your hands, bolster supporting you, and you're getting a really nice stretch in the front of the body. So it's like a supported cobra. Or if that feels too strong, and you just keep your forearms down. So look at how my arms are aligned. I've got my elbows underneath my shoulders. And just keep bringing the front of the chest forwards. Stay here for 5 to 10 breaths, and then you can bend your knee and hold on to the foot. So remember how we used the strap? So you can make a loop with the strap. So when you're in this position, you're going to keep pressing into this other forearm and elbow as you roll the hip forwards. Make the strap longer if you want. You get a stretch in the shoulders here as well. So you play around with it and find what works for you. So then you just have to switch sides, so find the strap. And do the same thing on the other side. Come back into your position. Remember, if you don't want this, you can take this away, push it away, and do it just lying on the floor. It's a better stretch when you're in this position. So you can push the hips down better. And then you can bring your hands behind your head and take this variation. And then from here, lie on your back. So just rock a bit from side to side to release that. And then we're going to do the hamstrings. So you're going to have your right knee bent, left leg's in the air, put the strap around the ball of the foot, and just go for 90 degrees to begin with. So if your leg's a little bit bent, you're just going to straighten and flex, and straighten and flex. And the strap is helping you, supporting you with the stretch and also supporting you with your leg. Feel the lower back pressing against the floor. And then when you feel like you're ready to hold it, to hold the stretch, you're going to press down into your right foot and you're going to lift your left leg up so you feel like the heel, try and think about touching the ceiling with your heel. So even if your knee's still a bit bent, you're going to reach up and just working in the direction of straight legs. And then when you feel that you've had a good stretch, you can start to bring your toes a bit closer towards your forehead and just increase it very slightly. But keep that other leg active, keep the abdominals active, shoulders are totally relaxed. You can make the strap shorter if you want to. So you're going to keep pressing away to the floor as you bring your leg closer towards you. And then hold it here. So remember, using your breath, use your exhalations to help you in this stretches. No forcing or tugging anything. And then switch to the other side. So same thing, use that other leg. You're going to press up here, find 90 degrees. So if the knee's a bit bent, then you're just going to push and straighten. So try to have the strap on the ball of the foot. So if you've got the strap on the arch, then you've got less option to flex. So if you have the strap on the ball of the foot, you can really flex the foot and get more of a stretch. Wow, my calves and my hamstrings are tight on that side. So find where your maximum range is. And then when you're ready, you can take your foot closer. And you can still bend and flex. So just you explore what's going on in your body and where you feel the stretch and where it feels like it's going to benefit you. Close your eyes and just be with that. If it feels really intense, just take your breath to where you really feel like the hot spot of the intensity and try and find a softness there. And then release it. And then we're just going to stretch. So bring the knees in. That should feel really nice now. And then just to finish, we're going to stretch 2 more ways. So bring your foot on the inside of your thigh. So you're going to put your hand on the inside thigh, other hand on top of the hip, and just relax here. So lying down tree pose. So we're going to feel a big stretch in the inner thigh. And stay here for 5 breaths. And then bring your knee up and you're going across. So you're going to bring your hand on the outside to help you and take this knee over to wherever it goes. You could use your hands underneath the other hand to support your leg, or you could put your hands on top and make the stretch a bit more intense. Doesn't matter if your foot doesn't touch the ground. Doesn't matter if your knee doesn't touch the ground. You're still feeling a stretch. And then back to centre. And then the other side, bring the knee in. And stretch the inner thigh. And then take it across the body. And move it around, so you could move your foot, move your knee up and down. See where you feel the best places for you to get your stretch. And then back to centre. And then the last stretch, we're going to do that side stretch. You put the bolster under the waist. Bring this knee forwards. Take this leg right back. And then lie down here. So I'm on quite a high bolster here. It's giving me a very big stretch. So remember, you can always put a cushion underneath this back leg, or you can just leave it and have a slightly more intense stretch. You can have your hands together. You could bring one hand behind your head and open up the arm here. So move my hat out where you can just explore. But you're going to feel this big stretch all the way down the side body here. You can stay here for 10 breaths if you want. As you're here and you feel that your body's yielding, you might find you can go in a bit deeper and adjust yourself. And then come over to the other side. So I'll go round this way so that I'm still facing you. So right angle, take that leg right back. This side feels really quite tight. Release it. And you could lie down now and just let yourself relax. Just be with yourself. Listen to your breath. bring your hands onto your chest, or you could let your hands rest in the lower belly area. So you could just hook your thumbs into your navel, hands resting on the top of your lower abdomen. And just stay here for as long as you want, whatever you've got time for today. And then when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. You can hit some circles with your ankles. That feels really nice, and go the other way. So if you don't want to have both legs up, you can just hold on to one leg. And then do the other one. Hug your knees in. Over to one side. You can sit cross-legged. Sit back on the bolster. And just noticing how you feel.